So welcome to Angel Health Academy. Topic for the day is principles of management or principles of administration. So topic for the day is principles of management or principles of administration. Today in this video I would like to talk about to present a content regarding Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management or principles of administration. Henry Fayol is a French industrialist. He has a defined management. So we have got a definition of management that was contributed by Henry Fayol, and we have 14 principles of management that also was contributed by Henry Fayol in the nursing service management and education and nursing administration or nursing management. So the definition of management according to Henry Fayol is management is to forecast. Forecast means foresee, to see before it happens or occurs. So to forecast, plan, organize, command, coordinate and control the activities of others. That means activities of the employees in an organization. That is called management. Thus management is to forecast, to see before something is happened and to control. So to forecast, to plan, to organize, to command or to give order and to coordinate the functions and to control the activities among the members or activities of the others or employees. Thus the definition of management according to Henry Fayol is management is to forecast, plan, organize, command, coordinate and control activities of others. Now let us move to the principles of management. So 14 principles of management. I have made a small mnemonic for easy understanding of this 14 principles of management of Henry Fayol. That is, Dad, you are so sick, use Ecosprin capsule. So you might be knowing what is the action of Ecosprin capsule. It prevents the blood clotting and thus it prevents the heart attack and stroke. So the father is already sick, he is a heart patient. So the doctor is telling that to the father, that is, Dad, you are sick. See the spelling of my mnemonic, you are. I have given only the capital letter of U and the capital letter of R to represent the you are. So sick. In sick I have given S-I-C and there is no K. So you just understood that and keep remind the changes what have been made in the mnemonic or my mnemonic. Dad, you are so sick, use Ecosprin capsule. So Dad, you are so sick, use Ecosprin capsule. So let us expand this mnemonic with the 14 principles of management. So D stands for division of work or division of labor. A stands for authority. A stands for authority. D stands for discipline. D stands for discipline. U stands for unity of command. Unity of command. R stands for remuneration of personnel or remuneration of employees. That is salary or wages for the employees. Then S stands for subordination of individual interest to general interest. That is organization interest or industry interest. Subordination of individual interest to general interest. Then O stands for order. Keeping everything in order. So O stands for order. S stands for scalar chain. That is line of communication. S stands for scalar chain. I stands for initiative or initiativeness. I stands for initiative. C stands for, I have been given sick, that is CK, but I am representing only the C. C stands for centralization versus decentralization. So centralization versus decentralization. Then U stands for unity of direction. Then S stands for stability of tenure. Tenure is a period of time that employee stays in a particular organization. So stability of tenure. Then E stands for equity, that is equal. Equity. And last, Ecosprin capsule stands for Espirit De Corps. Espirit De Corps. It is a French term. The meaning is like team spirit. Ecosprin capsule stands for Espirit De Corps. So thus these are the 14 principles that was given by Henry Fayol in relation to management or administration. So 14 principles of administration or management. First one is division of work or labor. Second one is authority and responsibility. Second one is authority and responsibility. Third one is discipline. And fourth one is unity of command. Fifth one is remuneration of personnel. Personnel means staff or the employees or the workers. The sixth principle stands for subordination of individual interest to general interest. Seventh is order. Eighth one is scalar chain. Ninth principle is initiative or initiativeness. 10th principle is centralization versus decentralization. 11th principle is unity of direction. And 12th principle is stability of tenure. 13th one is equity, and last one, that is 14th one, is Espirit De Corps. So let us discuss in detail about these 14 principles of management or principles of administration. So first one is division of work or division of labor. So that means the total work in an organization or industry has to be subdivided into small parts. So total work is subdivided into small parts. So that is called division of work or division of labor. Then after the subdivision of the total work, each part is allocated to the experts among the workers. So among the workers, some workers will be having more experience in a particular field. So that work will be given to that particular experts. So each part is then allocated or given to the experts among the workers or employees. That is either to the individual expert or to the group people, that is group experts. In other terms, it is called the specialization of works. Thus, specialization of works lead to efficiency. It increases the efficiency to complete the work. It is economy. It helps to reduce the expenditure to complete that or accomplishment of that work, and less wastage of that materials or resources to complete that work, and it will be less risk for the employees. So specialization of works lead to efficiency, economy, less wastage and less risk. Thus, work specialization is the best way to use the human resources in an organization. So the important one resources in the organization or an industry, that is human resources. So the best way of maximum utilization of the human resources or human being, that is through work specialization. That is the importance of the first principle, that is division of work or division of labor. For example, now here organization in relation to nursing aspects, so that is hospital, government hospital, private hospital can be considered as a government organization and private organizations. So, for example, in an hospital, we have plenty of nursing wards to render the services. So, the work will be divided or subdivided into according to the specialty of the ward. Then, in a particular ward, again we can divide the activities or the labor or work of the nurses, like patient care assignment. So, some nurses can be charged to give or render the patient care, and other people can manage the inventory. So, control of inventory, that is the material management, and a few people can be charged with maintaining the laundry work, receiving the bed sheets, and making sure that adequate bed sheets are available. All those things comes under division of work or division of labor. So, this is the first principle according to Henry Fayol. Second principle of administration or management is authority and responsibility. So, there is a general concept, both authority and responsibility are closely related, or it is coexisting. So, when there is an authority, the responsibility will come. That is what it is, a general concept that authority and responsibility are closely related, or it is coexisting. In general, it is the two sides of the one coin. Authority is the right to give orders. So, authority means the person is getting power to give the order or command, the power to take a certain decision in that department. So, authority means it is a right to, or it is a power to take a decision. So, that person can take a decision whenever it is necessary. Then, there are two types of authority that can be official authority and personal authority. Official means according to the designation of the that particular organization, that is official authority is there, or as a person there is personal authority. The next part is the responsibility. Responsibility is the obligation to complete the job on time or in time that is given. So, responsibility is nothing but it is the obligation to complete the particular job on time. Then, when authority and responsibility is given to one person, to an employee, the person is accountable for completing that job or the performance of that particular job which is already allotted to him. For example, head nurse or ward in charge, who assumes the authority of head nurse or ward in charge, they are responsible for the ward management of that particular department or particular ward. So, this is the second principle, that is according to Henry Fayol, that is authority and responsibility. Then the third principle is discipline. So, the third principles of management or administration is discipline. So discipline means sincerity, obedience, respect of authority or the superior, and the observance of the rules and regulation of the organization or industry or an enterprise or to the hospital. So discipline means it is nothing but it is the sincerity, or it is the obedience of the employee, or it is a respect of authority of the organization, or observing the or following the rules and regulation of the organization. That all comes under discipline. So usually in an organization, all the subordinates, they should respect the superiors or managers, and they should also obey the rules and regulation or order of the superiors. So then only we can complete or accomplish the goals and objectives of that particular organization. So there are in general two types of discipline, that is self-imposed discipline and command disciplines. Self-imposed discipline means an employee, a person himself is following the discipline or obeying the rules and regulation. Command disciplines means the authority or the superior is commanding the employee to follow the or obey the rules and regulation of the organization. So there are two types of discipline, that is self-imposed discipline and command discipline. An employee has to follow both self-imposed discipline and command discipline in an organization. Then there should be judicially enforced penalties or punishment to the employee. So when an employee in an organization who violated the rules, there should be legally enforced or judicially enforced, that is according to the law, there should be penalties or punishment, because in an organization we have to follow the rules and regulations. Then only we can complete the task or achieve the objectives. So for that there is need for penalties or punishment. Those employees who are violating the rules and regulation, those employees who are not obeying the rules and regulation of the organization, and those who are following and those who are strictly following that, there should be provision or special allowance for those people in an organization that will motivate the superior to render more services to accomplish the objectives. Then moreover, discipline should be followed by both the subordinates and the superiors. That means both the subordinates and the superior or the managers also should follow the rules and regulation or the discipline in an organization for the smooth functioning of the organization or for the success of an organization. The fourth principles of management according to Henry Fayol is unity of command. So there should be unity of command in an organization. Let us see what is the meaning of unity of command. Unity of command is known as principle of one boss. That is only one manager for a particular group, and their group has to follow the order of the particular boss. That means a subordinate should receive the order or command from one single boss at a time and be accountable to only one boss at a time. So a subordinate should receive the order or command, and she should or he should accountable to that particular boss at a time. Because dual commands, getting commands or orders from different people leads to confusion to the employee, or it may even lead to conflict among the workers or employees. It also may weaken the discipline of the organization. So two people will give different directions and different commands, so that will weaken the discipline, and that may ultimately lead to duplication of work or escaping from the responsibility by the employees. So this all the thing has to be solved in an organization by having a unity of command. That means, for example, is nursing superintendent to head nurse, then head nurse to staff nurse in an hospital. So head nurse should obey the order of the nursing superintendent who are in charge for that particular ward, and staff nurses has to obey the that order of the particular head nurse of that particular department, or class coordinator to a particular group of students, that is first year, second year, third year, fourth year students. They have their own class coordinator and they have to obey the order and command of that particular class coordinator. This is about unity of command. That means principle of one boss. That means a subordinate should receive orders and be accountable to or answerable to only one boss at a time in an organization. That will prevent the duplication of work and escaping the employees from their responsibilities. The fifth principle of administration or management is remuneration of personnel or the employees or the workers. So workers' rate of pay and remuneration or their fair policy of having salary and wages depends upon many factors and many variables in an industry or organization. For example, their cost of living in that area. So their salary will be based on the cost of living or standard of living. Then the type of work assigned to those employees, that is according to their designation. Then general business condition of the particular organization, success of the organizations, outcome or product of that particular organization in that year. Then provision of benefits that is given to the employees. So they may be giving the quotas, they may be giving the other benefits on allowance for free education of their children, free medical checkup, etc. That is the provision of other benefits. Then quality of the work the employee has been doing in that particular organization. So these are the some of the factors of variable that depends upon the rate of pay to the employees or remuneration of the employees or workers or their fair policy. Then in general, satisfaction for both employees and employer is a must. So both employees and the employer, that owner of the organization, also has to be satisfied with the remuneration of that particular personnel. Then when there is a logical or like a systematic or legal or appropriate wage rate or fair policy in the organization or methods of payment in the organization for the employees, that reduces the tensions and stress among the employees. Then that indirectly or directly create the harmonious relationship among the subordinates and superior, among the employees and the top level management, or between the workers and the management. So that is the important things why we give importance to the principles of remuneration of the personnel, that will reduce the tension and stress among the employees and which create the harmonious relationship. That means harmonious relationship of between the employee and the management will increase the product or outcome of the particular organization or business of the organization. The sixth principles of management or administration is subordination of individual interest to general interest. Let us see what is the meaning of this subordination of individual interest to general interest. So interest of the organization comes under general interest, should take priority over the individual interest. So every individual, every employee may have their own interest, but when we work in an organization, we have to focus the interest of the organization. We have to follow the goal. We have to accomplish the goals of the organization. That is called interest of the organization should take priority, or priority should be given to the organization interest than the individual or employee interest. That means factors like ambition, selfishness, carelessness of the employee or worker that may lead to that may tend to reduce the organizational interest. Then we could not achieve the outcome or goal of the organization if the employee is giving more interest according to his personal things, or if he becomes selfishness, if he is careless about the accomplishment of the work in an organization, etc. Thus, interest of one person is not so important or not so priority one over the interest of the organization as a whole. So in an organization or industry, the organization interest is or general interest is important than the individual interest. That is known as subordination of individual interest to the general interest. So each employee or every employee has to give importance to the organization interest as a whole to accomplish the goal. Then seventh principle of management is order. Order is nothing but it is the proper and systematic arrangement of things and people, manpower in an organization or employees in an organization. So it is nothing but proper and systematic arrangement of both material or things in the organization and people or employees in an organization. So material and people, that is employees, should be in the right place at the right time in an organization to render the right services. That means in right place at the right time to render the right activities or functions in the organization. Then arrangement of things are called material order, and placement of people in an organization or employees in an organization called social order. So we have material order and social order in an organization. That means both material management and personnel management is very important in an organization, as it minimizes the time, energy and cost, extra expenditure or money in the organization. So order is important, that is both material order and social order, that is proper and systematic arrangement of both material and the workers or people, employees in an organization that comes under material management and personnel management. We have different department for material management and personal management, like HR management in hospital organization. So that is very important in an organization or industry or factory, as it minimizes or reduces the wastage of time, wastage of energy, and wastage of money in an organization. That is the principle. That is seventh principle is order. Then eighth principles of management or administration is scalar chain. That means there should be a scalar chain of authority. We can call the scalar chain as a line of authority. That is line of authority or communication, line of communication. That must be ranging from the highest to the lowest level in an organization. So communication will be from top level to a bottom level. So there should be a scalar chain of authority or line of authority and communication that should be ranged from highest to the top to the bottom to the lowest level in an organization. That means every orders, commands, instructions, messages, request, explanation, etc. has to pass only through this scalar chain, that is top to bottom. So that means an organization, the official information has to be passed from the top level to the lower level or lowest level. For example, in an hospital, in the nursing department, the communication has to pass from the nursing superintendent to the nursing care supervisor in a private sector, then from nursing care supervisor to the ward in charge or head nurse, then from head nurse to staff nurses and staff nurse to nursing assistants. Like that, the communication has to pass. That is called a scalar chain of authority or line of communication. That is from top level to bottom level. That is we called as downward communication. Then at the same time, the written communication has to be done from the lower to upward. That is upward communication. This both includes a chain of communication, that is upward and downward communication. But all the orders, instructions, messages, command, etc. has to pass from top to bottom level. Then sometimes in an emergency, that is for the sake of convenience or emergency, this path, this line of communication may be broken or it can be cut short. This method is known as gangplank. When this line of authority or scalar chain is broken in an emergency situation in an organization or industry, that communication is called as gangplank. So this is about the eighth principle of scalar chain or line of authority or line of communication. The ninth principle is, or principles of administration or management, is initiative. That means workers should be, or workers or employees should be encouraged by the management or by the manager to take initiatives in their work, what is assigned or allotted to that particular people within the limits of the authority and discipline in the organization. They have to follow the discipline of the organization and they should not cross the limitation of their authority. Within that, they have to be encouraged to take initiativeness to complete their work. That means management should provide opportunities, various opportunities to the employees or workers to suggest their own ideas, employees' ideas, and to share their experiences, their own experiences, and new method of work, to implement innovations or new method of work or additional work activity in an organization or in an institution through self-direction of the employees. So management has to provide the opportunity or to provide the platform to the employees to self-direction of their work. And moreover, or in addition to that, management should also help in developing an atmosphere of trust and understanding between the employees and the management. So there should be a conducive environment. That is, management should also help to develop an atmosphere, an environment of trust and understanding between the employees and the management. Thus, it can easy to accomplish the goals or objectives of the organization or industry. This principle is initiative or initiativeness. Then the 10th principle of management or administration is centralization versus decentralization. Centralization versus decentralization. Let us see what is centralization and the meaning of decentralization. First is centralization. Centralization means concentration of authority at the top level. That is, centralization means concentration of authority, that is authority vested in the top level of management. That is, top management retains the most of the decision-making authority in an organization. So any organization, the ultimate or final decision-making authority is vested in the top-level management. So organization has three levels mainly. That is top level. That will be usually the owner of the organization or industry. That is executive level we can call. Then in the department level we call it as managerial level or mid level. That is all the departments in the organizations. Or manager and a group of people will be coming in this middle level. Okay. Then last lower level is comes under lower level or functional level or peripheral level. Employees or technicians, so those who are really working for that particular organization for completing the task under the direction and leadership of the managers. So that is, for example, in a hospital, the staff nurses fall under the nursing care. So in an organization, we have any organization we have mainly three level, that is top level, middle level, and lower level or functional or peripheral level. Then second one is decentralization. Decentralization means sharing the decision making authority downward to all other levels of organization, that is middle level and lower level. So that means centralization means here authority of decision making is vested in the top level management. The decentralization means authority will be shared to the middle level and lower level or to the managers. So that is a decentralization. When centralization is more in an organization, it will lower the importance of subordinates' role in an organization. They don't have a chance to decision making. Then whereas when there is a more decentralization, which increases the role or importance of the subordinates in an organization, so they have opportunity to decision making under decentralization. But absolute centralization or decentralization, so organization should follow either decentralization or centralization is not feasible, because both the centralization and decentralization is necessary in some occasions. So that means because an organization should achieve a lot between the two. A lot from centralization and decentralization. So some area they have to focus centralization, that decision making, and some area they will be given decentralization. So that is the 10th principle, that is centralization versus decentralization. Now the 11th principles of management or administration is unity of direction. Unity of direction. We are already learned the unity of command. Same thing like that. Another one principle is unity of direction. So unity of direction means entire organization should move towards a common objectives. So we already said that that is organizational objectives. Like that there is a common objectives and common directions in an organization or in an industry. That means one head, one plan for a group of activities having the same objectives. So each department, specific department having specific objectives. So those group department should have one head and one plan. That is called unity of direction. Direction should be only from one person to other persons. That means if there is unity of direction, it provides the better coordination among the various activities in the organization. In short, unity of command is not possible without unity of command is not possible without unity of direction. At the same time, it is vice versa. Unity of direction is not possible without unity of command. So these both are two sides of a coin, that is unity of direction and unity of command. For example, department and department led. Each department will be having a unity of direction by its departmental head. So that is the unity of direction. So departmental head will be the one person who give with one plan, who give the direction to a group of employees in that department. That principle is called unity of direction. The 12th principles of management according to Henry Fayol is stability of tenure. That is stability of tenure of personnel. Tenure means it is a period of time a person or employee working in an organization. How long he will be in an organization. That is stability of tenure. So employees should not be moved frequently from one organization to another organization. Then there should be a reasonable job security for each and every employees in an organization. That is, job security is very important to maintain the stability of tenure. Then stability of job creates team spirit among the employees, and moreover there should be a sense of belongingness among the workers. So if there is a job security or stability of job is more, then there will be a team spirit among the employees, which indirectly or directly increase the quality and quantity of the output or outcome or work of that particular organization or industry. Then retaining the productive employees, that is very important for an organization, or that should be given utmost priority, high priority of retaining or keeping or maintaining the employees, those who are do well in the organization. So retaining the productive employees should be in high priority in an organization for the success of the organizations. Then that may reduce the unnecessary turnover. Unnecessary turnover means an employee will leave the organization so soon, immediately, within a short period. So moving from one organization to other organization when there is no job satisfaction in a particular organization. So unnecessary turnover in any organization, that is the bad name to that particular organization. They couldn't achieve their objectives or their targets when there is a turnover is very high. So this principle is called as stability of tenure or stability of tenure of personnel. Then 13th principle of management or administration is equity. That is equal distribution. Equity means combination of fairness, kindness and justice. So employees should be given fairness, kindness and justice as equity. All employees are treated as equal as possible and similar treatment to be given to the people with a similar position or designation in an organization. So organization means there are top level management, middle level management and lower level. So every person is important to achieve the goal, ultimate goal and outcome of an organization. So in that sense, all employees in an organization has to be treated as equal as possible and similar that benefit should be given to the person with the similar department designations. That brings loyalty to the organization. Thus, it brings or equity brings the loyalty to the organization, loyalty to the employees of the organization. Thus, equity is very essential in an organization. So, equal consideration of the employees are very essential in an organization to create and maintain a cordial or good relationship, between the managers and the subordinates or employees or workers in an organization to fulfill the ultimate goal of that organization, the department, etc. So equity is essential to create and maintain a cordial relationship, a smooth functioning, smooth relationship between the subordinates, between the employees and their managers in an organization. Thus they can achieve or accomplish their ultimate goal of the organization. So that is the 13th principle of management or administration, that is equity. Then the last principles of administration according to Henry Fayol, that is 14th principle is Espirit De Corps. Espirit De Corps is a French phrase that means union is strength. Any organization or industry, the union, togetherness is the strength. That is team spirit. Team spirit is the harmony in the work groups or among the people in the organization. So team spirit will give the harmony among the employees and that may create the mutual understanding between the or among the workers or employees in an organization. Each employee must consider himself as a part of the team. So in an organization or in a department, all those people comes under the department in which each member of that department or employee of the department or worker should consider himself as part of that particular team and should work towards achieving the goal of that particular team or departmental goal, as team contribution is better than the individual contribution. A single person cannot achieve the goal of an organization or an institution. It needs a team effort. So team contribution is better than the individual contribution in an organization for the success of the organization. Thus, a management or top level management or an organization should encourage the harmony, team spirit and increase the sense of belonging among the employees or workers. So it is the need of the management to encourage the harmony among the employees. So team spirit, to create the team spirit among the employees, increase the sense of well-being among the members to achieve the target or goals. Thus, in short, team spirit inspire the workers. So when there is a team spirit, it inspire motivate the workers or employees to work harder and faster to achieve the goals of that particular organization or industry. So that is comes under the 14th principle, that is Espirit De Corps. So far we have discussed the 14 principles of Henry Fayol, that is division of work or labor, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, remuneration of personnel or employees or workers, subordination of individual interest to general interest, order, scalar chain or line of communication, initiative, centralization versus decentralization, unity of direction, stability of tenure of employees, equity and Espirit De Corps. So thanks for watching. Hope this video really benefits in your studies and exams. If you feel it is really worth and benefit, please like, share and subscribe my channel, and stay tuned with the Angel Health Academy for the next academic or educational video. Thank you.